let's talk about it. Specifically, I'm referring to this. This thing right here. You see this? This is my new sword. We're going to talk about it. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Where? Let's have a conversation. You and me. Let's have a conversation. This is part of my Final Fantasy XVI cosplay for Clive Rosfield. Hopefully, I will put him here. I'm still learning this, so we don't know if it'll actually happen, but hopefully he's there. That's actually the reason why I have all this, and why my hair is super emo at the moment, because Clive, well, he's a bit of a guy, he's a Final Fantasy main character, he's going to be emo. So, I like to, for those of you who aren't familiar, grow out my hair, as opposed to just buying a shit ton of wigs. So whenever I want to do a new cosplay, I try and grow my hair the best way I can. Now, Clive does have black hair, so I will be dyeing my hair, my beautiful, beautiful brown hair, and I will be styling it in a manner not too dissimilar from something akin to this. It's a terrible representation, I'm aware. But it's a bit of fun. It's really, really cool. I get to play around with hair products, which is something I don't get to often do. I'll get to either try a tattoo on my face, a temporary one, or I'll get to use some, some actual, makeup and give that a try, which is super, super cool. But this is his sword. This is a sword of his. So spoilers for Final Fantasy XVI. This is Omega Weapon from the DLC. I was playing through the game and I was like, I don't know which one I want to do. There were a couple of options that I went through. I went through Gotterdammerung or Ragnarok, because they're the same weapon. I was like, that's pretty cool, I'd go with that. And then I finished the DLC, and I saw this weapon, which hopefully, again, you guys are kind of off screen for me, hopefully you guys get to see, this is Gotterdammerung. Hopefully. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just here, by myself, gesturing at the air. This was the original sword I was going to do. However, this, a lovely screenshot which hopefully I have taken from the game. This is Omega Weapon from the first DLC, and I saw that and I went, that is what I want. I want that. If I'm going to be commissioning a sword, that's what I want. So, bless the guy who I actually got this from. I'll actually shout him out because he has been incredible. Genuinely, the best experience ever. As a cosplayer, I'm so lucky that I was with this guy. So his name is Matthew. I hope that's okay if I name you directly. And he's on Etsy under Sci-Fi Buckets GB. He's got a few other things as well, but you're looking for the 3D printing service. I don't know if my camera is mirrored or not, but that is it. He is absolutely incredible. If I was better at this, I'd probably put some of his work up on here, but essentially you can order stuff from him. This is a shout out to him because he's been so good, man. You can get either a raw print, which is just like straight out of the 3D printer. You can have sanded and filled, which is out of the 3D printer, and then he sands it down and makes sure it's not sharp or anything like that, or you can have it fully painted. I went for the fully painted option, and my filament was roughly about 1 kilo, 1.5 kilos. It only cost me about £120, £110. Actually, I can tell you how much it cost me, because I'll just pop some information in here. Let's do 1 kilogram, let's do painted. £124 is probably how much mine cost. For what you're about to see, £124. I will say it's only £124. I'm afraid I must apologise. I left the mic down there. The microphone quality will be much better now. Thank you so much for your patience. As I was saying, back to here before I was so rudely discombobulated by my own incompetence, this guy is absolutely incredible. The work I'm about to get, he showed me photos of every single moment, of every single day, of every step he took, every process he went through. We went through multiple sandings and filings, and like the part of it cracked at some point, and there was an option like, okay, we may have to scrap this, but if we do, you'll only have to pay for the filament. You don't need to pay for like the extra stuff. And I know that sounds like a scam. I promise you it isn't. This kind of stuff happens with 3D printing. But we ended up getting it through, and let me tell you, this guy works hard, okay? That was him being very honest about the expectations I should have for this product. He cooked. Now again, this sword is super cool looking. Hopefully, I'll put another photo of it up here. Hopefully I'll put a little collage up on screen. If not, I'm sorry. Please pause the video and search up Omega Weapon. You know how to spell Omega. I know what side of the internet you've been on. It is a beautiful, beautiful weapon from Final Fantasy XVI, and I'm so glad that I get to have it in my hands. I cannot wait to do my full costume in it, because now that my full costume is complete, I just need to do some tweaks to my costume right now. So I won't be getting into costume in this video, so if you'd like me to do that, I would love to, but this video is just me unboxing this. So how about we get into that, shall we? Now, the package did arrive a little bit curved, as you can see. I have good expectations in spite of that, so we'll have a see. This is going to be a really raw, unfiltered reaction of what I'm going to get from this. And I'm super, super excited. Let's give it a smell. I'm very weird like that. I like to smell shit. Pause. Hold on. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Not literally. Okay. Here we go. I think the hilt is probably up the top here. So we're gonna divide this into sections, and we're gonna have a see what comes out of what. And I want to be really careful, because again, it's not labeled fragile for no reason, right? Like, it's got some foam on the inside. Good lad. Good lad. Oh, by the way, I will definitely be getting more commissions from this guy in the future. I'm not sure if that's the right use of that word, because it sounds like he's paying me, but I will be commissioning him more in the future, is what I mean by that. Because Clive's armor, specifically, would be so cool if I could get that 3D printed. And it depends how much I really like the Clive Rosfield cosplay that I've got. I do really love it at the moment, but I've not done a full day in it, so that remains to be seen. Now, I could get a knife here, or like some skizzers. But, sorry, I just wanted to take a little peek. It's teasing me. It's teasing me. You know what? We're gonna get some scissoroonies, but like, look at this, man. It's teasing me. It's teasing me. Look at that. Oh, I'm excited. Yeah, let's get some scissors so we can really crack into this. We got the snippers. Let's get into this. Because I will not be needing to keep the box. Okay, that should just allow us to peel the rest of this off. It should be everything we need to get in. Okay. Right. We're going to cut down this center line here. I don't know how much of the sword is actually in here. So what I mean by that is like where it is. So I don't accidentally cut anything on the sword, or it's wrapping. Okay. Looks like it's point side up. But here we are. We're going in. Oh, man. Oh, man. Do I just, like, yoink it out? I don't want to. I don't want to yoink it out. We're not yoinking it. No yoinkers, no sploinkers. Oh, yeah. Like, the hilt itself, you can actually feel the hilt here. Like, it's sticking out the sides of the box, which is, you know, it's a difficult shape to pack. So I can't really expect too much from that. What we'll do is we'll create a little incision right here. There we are. And we will pull this down. And take care when coming to any of the joints of this package. This can be a lot of me just being very careful, this video, just opening this, but that's okay. I know you're just here for the ride, so I appreciate it. Okay, that should be good. This thing is full of foam. It's like I'm gonna have a fucking foam bath by the time this is done. Okay, this should be just the order information. Yep. Yeah, this whole thing cost me £110. Whole thing. 1 kilogram of filament, finished painted. Oh, total 118 because it was £8 to deliver. What you're about to see is ludicrous for that price. Just so that we're aware. And I want to be very honest about how much this stuff was. So hopefully you guys, let me make sure I'm not showing anything that I am not supposed to here. But as you can see, that was it. There. Insane. 3D printed cosplay service, and actually, I can show you guys a bit more. Let me fold this away. Don't want to just leak my shit on the internet, that would be a terrible idea. Here. There we are. That's everything I got. Remarkable. Remarkable, remarkable work. Genuinely so incredible for what we had done. Okay, let's pull this out. Yeah, this thing is full of little... Look at this. So, tell you what, I'll make you a deal. I don't want this to go all over my floor, so I'm going to just pull you guys to the side here. And we're just going to slide it out. Okay? I'm going to slide it out, because this thing is full of it. Absolutely full of it. Alright, it's got a little brace, which I'll try and pop through. And it is also wrapped, so that is cool. Oh, man. Man. Oh, look at this, dude. Look at that. Look at that. It is so pretty. It's so, so pretty. My gosh. Okay. Holy shit, dude. Okay. I can already see some of the painting. I'm a little anxious because I can see a bend in the center, so it might have cracked. But if it has, I will simply find a way to glue it together. Because again, it's difficult. If the only thing that happened and was bad with this whole thing was that it cracked in transit, like, that's unfortunate, but what are we gonna do? We will have a see, though. Okay, I want to be very careful when I pull this stuff off. Let's get another little cut here. Yeah, I can definitely feel it wobbling at the center joint here, so it might have cracked. And if it has, I will need to find some way of securing that, but you know, that's the risk you take with these things. Regardless of whatever comes of this, I'm happy with the purchase I made, but I can definitely feel some instability in that center joint. But just look at that. Just look at that. Okay. Just give me a second while we unwrap this together, and we will have a see. I will also just take a little photo of this. Like so, because I will be reporting back to him about, you know, how it's done, basically. Because despite all the you can put all the fragile notices you want on anything, doesn't change how easily they, you know, they drive or they do anything with whatever they've got, right? So you never know. You never know. Oh, the color is beautiful, man. Holy shit. Holy shit. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, man. It's a shame that I think it's cracked. Oh, it's such a shame. But hey, this is adult money. You spend it. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't, you know? The craftsmanship was there. Unfortunate that the transport has caused some damage. But that's not the fault of the creator. They've tried their best. They gave all the warnings, you know? They gave all the warnings. Oh man, it looks beautiful. Okay, we're finally unveiling it, and I don't know how much of it you can actually see. So let's see if we can pull you in a little bit. There's the hilt. Not exactly certain what the best way to get this out is, so I'm just going to start cutting away parts of the wrapping. But it feels so cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's cool. Let me just tilt that for you so you can see it. Oh, that's so sick. It's such a shame that it's cracked. Oh, it's such a shame. Oh, he did so well. He did so well. Look at this, man. Look at this. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Again, shout out to the creator. This is remarkable work. It is just a shame that the blade has split in that central region, because that is beautiful to look at. Genuinely so. Alright, we're going to do a little dissection here. Go down the length of the blade, see where the damage is, see where the break is, and then have maybe a bit of a puzzle about what we could do to fix it. But holy shit, dude, this is beautiful. Oh, there's the crack. Yep, a clean divide. Oh yeah, a clean separation if I've ever seen one. That is unfortunate. You see this? That's the clean split. But look at this. Just look at that. It's such a shame that this is cracked in half. Yeah, the glue. Okay. Well, that's something for me to puzzle about. But here's the other thing. Comic-Cons don't necessarily allow you to take swords into conventions. But I don't know about you. This isn't a sword. This is a hilt. We always look on the bright side of things. But anyway, there's that. Oh, dude, it's so unfortunate that this has cracked in half. I imagine it would have been a truly remarkable finished piece in its entirety. But, you know, what are we going to do, right? All we can do now is do what we do as cosplayers. We put it back together! You know, I'm not much into the actual crafting side of cosplay, but this is something that I care so deeply about that I'm going to be, you know, there's going to be so many trial and errors to put this thing back together. I'm going to do my research, dude. This thing is not going to live in two pieces forever. Just like Narsil, it shall be reforged. And look, oh, and the blade itself is cracked off the top as well. That is unfortunate. There were 3 divisions. But here is the blade. And it is just truly beautiful. Like, this is a remarkable blade. He cooked up something special with this. And again, you guys may have different opinions. I am happy, and at the end of the day, I'm the one who spent the money. So, that's all you're going to get. Okay, and this is the last little bit here. There's the point at the top. Right there. So, let's do a little review, shall we? In all, rather unfortunately, it has come in 3 parts here. I will just send a photo to him to let him know. There we go. But let us pull up, and let's do a little show, shall we? Let's turn on the front-facing light. There we go. Here. So, we're going to pop you guys here so I know what I'm looking at. The hilt. Remarkable craftsmanship. Again, very sturdy. It looks like the blade might have been made in 3 parts, like printed in 3 parts, and like that, like I'm wiggling the shit out of this thing, and it is very sturdy. As you can see, that is the part in transit where the glue broke off. Unfortunate, but not unfixable, I don't believe. Maybe that's my naivety. But we shall see what we can do. Again, at the end of the day, that's still pretty cool. And on my back, it still adds to the costume. It is unfortunate that it's technically an unfinished piece if used that way, but still remarkable. This is the blade proper. This is the blade proper, going from here. I like, personally, the choice of the high green contrast to, or luminosity. The blade itself is a bit more subtle in the game. However, I did talk to him about potentially adding a glow effect, but he wasn't capable of doing anything like that, which is okay, because it means that in the future, should I wish to dabble, I could add some lacquer or some other things and potentially add some glow or some shine, or even some LEDs, who knows. And this is the point at the top, which is probably the easiest thing to reattach. And it is something that can, I think, rather easily be glued on or resealed. And yeah, it will look like it has a crack in it, but that's okay. Resealing that probably isn't the most difficult thing, and it probably isn't the most, detrimental. You could always put an extra coat of paint over the top as well. Not sure what kind of silver polish that they used specifically here, but this isn't the end of the world. This, however, is rather unfortunate that these two have divided, because again, this is what the blade is supposed to look like proper. Let me zoom you guys out. This is what the blade proper would look like. Trying to align it as best I can. There we go. I think that's okay. Maybe it's on the wrong way. Hard to tell when it's snapped in half which side it's supposed to adhere to. No, it was the other side. So this would be much more difficult to do because there is a lot of weight in this top part. It feels like it would need an extra, like a drill iron rod put in and then some sealant. And I don't know how proficient I am to do that, but even still, this is now my work in progress. This is now something that I get to work on, should I choose to do so as part of my cosplay. Regardless, remember, the creator is not at fault for the fact that this has broken into 3 pieces. There are other factors that go into this, and I know they worked super hard to put this together, and I know they worked super hard to bind everything together. I'm aware of that. It is unfortunate, as I say, it's never not going to be unfortunate that this has kind of, it's reached the point where it's, what do we do now? It would be great if it was just something that, I got out of the mail and then boom, there we go. Not how it's going to be. However, I think this is now my project to work on, and I think I'm excited to do so. And that's enough for me. So, if you'd like me to do some more cosplays, or if there's any cosplay you'd like me to do in particular, let me know. I can add it to the roster. Remember, they cost money. So, I appreciate your desire to do a lot of them. I've historically done a lot of topless cosplays because I like to show off the muscles, but that is, it's changing. I'm putting some actual clothes on this time. With that being said, thank you all so much for just sitting with me for probably like 20 minutes or so as I unpacked a parcel. This is awesome. Again, I'm going to show off the main blade here. This is really cool. I do really love what this guy has done. And of course, I requested a very complex prop. So this is not a representation of how, if you were to order from them, how your stuff would come out. They worked so hard. They did so much stuff. We have been in constant communication for almost every day for like a month, getting the ST file, getting the print, getting the sanding, getting the filing, then the coloring, like everything. It went through like 7 different sanding stages. It went through binding stages. Like, this didn't, obviously, if you had a big enough printer that you could print all of this in one, no issue, right? But that's really hard to do. So this is just a PSA. I don't want any hate to that creator. They worked hard, and I'm so happy with the work they did. It is unfortunate that it broke. That's all. That's all. So in the meantime, stay well, stay safe, and by the flames, or may the flames guide you. I'll see you soon.